Hello, friends and neighbors! Tetsuiji at the desk after a week, and after winning yet another Japan Series champion. Although the title says if it ain't broke, don't break it, I do feel like we have broken the game somewhat. I was taking a look at the trading block before we got started. It is draft day, so that's going to be our primary focus, but I was taking a look at the trading block to see if there were any names worth going after. If not this offseason, then definitely next. I'm honestly thinking I'm going to play my cards close to the chest this offseason because, one, we can't do any trades until the calendar year flips over anyway. And also, there's some very important contract decisions we're going to have to make. I mean, we are swimming in cash, so we could play in free agency. We're allowed to exceed our budget in that respect. But the guys I'm looking at are, after the season, Ryo Ota, our phenom third baseman, has himself an opt-out. I mean, he's been fantastic for us, including one MVP year. Only one Golden Glove, though, which is weird. But regularly batting 280 to 300. Not quite a 3-4-5 line, but he's up there. And also riding a 20 home run season streak, although he's missed 2020 the last 2 seasons. So I'll take 5 straight 2020 seasons. That's good. So if he opts out, we are looking at probably a rebuild of this team. Because at that point we can look at trading guys like Kaoru Higashi, Shinnosuke Sato, Carlos Gomez, Julian Fernandez. Basically anyone who isn't going to be around in 2034, we're going to be looking to move. If he doesn't take the opt-out, then we probably have a couple more seasons to squeeze out of this dynasty, and that'll be fun. Folks that we are keeping an eye on as well include Tamo Fujimoto, part of our Bleep You bullpen, who is probably going to ask for quite a bit of money. Yeah, I'm not giving you that much dough, Tamao. And Takao Okuma, good old Cub. I'm not sure what his free agent deal is going to look like, though, as a 31-year-old middle infielder who lost his starting spot to Oscar Bleeping Munoz. I mean, Munoz himself may move around the diamond because 70 range is looking pretty good, but I can't move Yuki Sato off of center field after he's won, like, the Golden Glove in every single season he's played. So I have tough choices to make. So I'm saving next year's 2031, our one trade, for probably that offseason, and I will combine that with however many trades were allowed in 2032 to remake this team. But I look at the trading block and yeah, there's some decent options. A lot of pending free agents, a lot of old guys like Kensuke Kondo, some familiar faces like Hiromu Issei, who was a part of our squad for a while. But the one that caught my eye was Taiki Igarashi here from SoftBank. Better range than Okuma, fantastic defense, and they would enable us moving Munoz into left, because right now, what we're probably looking at is tricky, because I want to make sure Tsubasa Tanaka gets reps against righties, because he's friggin' ridiculous against them. But I also want to make sure that we're not leaving Masataka Yoshida, rated 35 and left, age 37, as our starting left fielder. I mean, Naohiko Inoue is okay. Maybe that's where we invest our money to get a proper left fielder. And of course we got Egawa and Noguchi as our combo splitsy right fielder now that Seiya Suzuki has entered the free agent market. Oh yeah, that was also a thing that happened last season. Seiya Suzuki decided to bolt for free agency, and to be honest, I can't blame him. So if we're looking for... so I've offered a minor league deal to Yoshitaka Kosaka here. I have no idea why the Tigers have given up on this kid. He looks incredible. I want to make sure we're in the talks to sign him. Maybe we bump that up to a free agent deal or to a regular contract. And maybe we bring Eigo Tomogi back. I've got a free agent or a minor league deal extended to him. But if we're taking a look at left fielders, we've got probably not Fukumoto here. I might as well play Keiichi Noguchi at that point. Toru Nishino, fragile, decent range, regularly a 4 wins player plus for the Tigers, but fragile. and he wants multi-years. Taiki Ohata, formerly of the Marines, regular multiple wins player. But he also wants multiple years, so we're gonna wait out the market. Oh, hey, Keita Sano. The captain too, okay. And he only wants 2 years, because he's 1.7, or because he's 35 years old. Ah. And he's splitsy too. Reverse splits though. Interesting. Not saying no, but those guys would be interesting options. Sano with the Bay Stars tried desperately to get them to a Japan series, but we kind of stuffed them 2 seasons. So, draft day. I have my eye on a couple of notable folks. Because if you take a look at all the players, some interesting options. Hiromichi Nakayama, decent center fielder, probably would move him to left with that arm. Masanori Hidaka, better bat. I'd probably play him left field as well. But I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get him. He's probably bound for the Bears, considering he's from Niigata. This may be the season I draft a catcher, actually, early on. Because Katsumi Hatakayama, good bat. Not much for pop, but I like his ground ball profile. That catcher ability. We're in desperate need of a replacement for our current guy. Shinomiya looks like a decent defender. The one that caught my eye, and I have no idea if he's going to fall to us or not, is Eihi Nishida here. Pitching's pretty solid, ground baller, but that bat, my goodness. Yeah, the game's just casually generating another Shohei Ohtani. No big deal. But he's from Aichi Prefecture, so he's probably bound for the Dragons. The mock draft has us taking Shinomiya as our top option. Not the best in terms of work ethic, so maybe not. I'm not sure if I'd play Matoba Mori as a catcher. I don't like that skill set. Okay, the draft begins. The Nakatan Eagles will select with the first overall pick the catcher I had my eye on. Katsumi Hatakayama. Rats. Alright, the Dragons. Yep, they went with Nishida. Fantastic two-way prospect. Jealous. The Fighters actually got some decent options there. They're going to go for Izuru Ogi. I'd play him up the middle infield. That looks really nice. Alright. Swallows will take Akinobu Akiyama, Aki2. Big potential left-handed pitcher. He'll do well. Oh yeah, I also had my eye on this guy. Strong bat. I like that Japan doesn't always develop ground ball players, batters that occasionally there's some folks who can lift the ball. and Ishizuka there is one of them. So the Spirit are going to go for pitcher Ginnosuke Hirai. Interesting choice. The Carp are going to take pitcher Tomojiro Noda. Could be a good bullpen arm. Finesse pitcher, I like it. SoftBank. SoftBank goes for Ishizuka. I guess they see the same thing in him that I do. OSA is definitely higher on him than we are. Alright, so we're going to be able to pick from this group, because this is the Kansai region. And the Tigers are taking Keita Kawamoto. Lefty pitcher. Okay, that's why. Alright, Chiba is going to be taking pitcher Itsuo Oba. Bay Stars, another pitcher, Toshio Tanaka. Fragile, but I like that pitch mix. He could probably contribute at the Major League club pretty quickly. Seibu's going for maybe the most developed bat I've ever seen in a shortstop in Ryuhei Tanaka. Like, again, he could play for the Major League club right now if they wanted him to. Giants get Kansuke Matsumoto. Interesting. Not sure I agree with that take. The Bears go for Tomochika Oshima, the pitcher. So we have a tough choice to make. Do we go for the best reliever on the market in Masahi Suzuki, who is effectively throwing slop? Mayuhiko Shinomiya, who, bit of a jerk. But I like that bat, and I like that he could play shortstop or third base. Shinji Kaneshiro doesn't quite do it for me. Michio Hashimoto, good defense, but ugh, that noodle bat. Vitsuki Taira could play anywhere on the diamond, but that bat doesn't seem like it'd go too well. There are some ground ballers in the draft, but they're not starters. They're just slop throwers. So I'm going to go for the obvious choice here in Mayuhiko Shinomiya. Look how happy he is. Because if I take a look at the rosters for fielding ratings, infield range, Shinomiya is already the best best shortstop we have down on the farm. Begs the question, what am I going to do with Katsura then? We've got Gushiken here, who's probably going to be our new center fielder if we don't move Munoz there. Like, he's already pretty well rated. He may actually get the call up this year. Alright, so now the field is open. I have no idea why we're getting Americans in the draft, but if they're going to show up, if you're drafted through the NPB draft, you are considered a domestic player. Guys like Richard Tsunagawa O'Brien or Brandon Taiga Tysinger, Those count. Okay. So who's going to be left for me? And let's do our filter on good personalities. Some decent reliever options. Some decent starter options. So we're going to take a look at a pitcher with our second pick. Daiki Sasaki as a starter. I like his movement. Even if he doesn't cut it as a starter with only 40 stamina, that probably plays pretty well out of the bullpen. Suzuki, who just throws slop. Masayoshi Kurihara, who probably will not be able to figure out that changeup. Heima Tanaka, no thank you. And the starters are guys like Masafumi Watanabe, who probably is not going to be able to add any more movement on his pitches. Why is this guy rated so low? Oh, little springs of a batting too. Decent stamina. 3+ pitches already. So even if he doesn't cut it as a starter, he'd probably do well as a relief arm. I think we're going to go with Yoshioka. And we're going to go with Sasaki. The Bears are just stockpiling relievers. This is strange. This is also why I have minor league free agency enabled, and also why I have the Rule 5 draft on, so guys don't do this. Oh, shoot. Right, I gotta think about that. For the minor league offers we just did, I shouldn't have sent them before the Rule 5 draft, so... whatever, I'll expose Mogi in the Rule 5 if he signs with us. Oops! And the other guy, maybe I'll just give him a major league deal. So Kurihara here is still showing up as an option. Big lefty pull hitter. Alright, let's look at the fielding options, see who's got some decent talent there. Ichi Murakami. None of the catchers look particularly good. Kiyoshi Fukuyama, okay bat, but not really getting me excited here. Okay, I could get behind Masahiko Nishimoto. Defensive third baseman. And then on the outfield side, Inoue, kinda Wow, that is an outfielder. Alright, we're gonna take Toshiyuki Suzuki as an extra outfield option. High schooler. And someone who can help back up, replace Gushiken if he gets promoted. You know what? I'm gonna go with Kazutomo Suzuki here. We're experiencing a dearth of third basemen. Tall fellow too, 6'7". Hey. Okay, let's see who else is available with some decent pop in his bat. I've been sleeping on this guy. Okay, if he's still around next time we're drafting, we're taking the big beefy bat of Jun Nakamura. Rats. Please stick around. Yes! Okay. Jun, you are no longer a pitcher. I mean, you're welcome to try. But we are going to make you a two-way guy. And as a left fielder, oh. Now we are talking a prospect. Maybe we can figure out his pitching too, but I like the idea of having him available as a batter who can lend a hand. We just may need to trim down the farm system a little bit to get some of the cruft out of the way. Katsuda, I think it's safe to say, is not going to be extended after this season. I'll move him to the block so I remember. Eiju Nakamura, I want to like him. But we've got Umino and we've got Chungyosai Masuda up at the top club, and that's going to be hard to dislodge. Alright, which round are we in? 7th? And it's my pick, okay. Let's go with... Yeah, not a lot of good bats left at this point. Or pitchers, for that matter. Oh, it helps if I look at actual pitchers. Alright, ground ball guy Manunobu Matsumoto. That could work. And he's a lefty, too. We may actually, you know, we're going to go with Yoshimi Fuji. And we'll see if Matsumoto hangs around. He does. Alright, let's add him. And then if we take a look at batting ratings, batting potential. Mikami can play just about anywhere on the diamond. I'm okay with going with him. Or do we go with Kazuya Yoneda? He's got sort of the reverse finger batting profile there. You know, we're short on left fielders. Let's go with Yoneda. And then if Mikami's still around in the 10th, we'll take him. No, he's not. Okay. Go with Masumi Tanaka, switch hitting outfielder as our final draft choice. Okay, that is the NPB draft then. I do miss having the NPB style draft. I feel like that really, well then again I cheesed the heck out of it, so maybe that's why I miss it so much. Ehehe. Yeah, we lost a lot of talent in the off-season. Not as much as the Bay Stars, who had Max Kepler, Yusuke Oyama, and Max Kepler, who had an 8.6 WAR season at age 36, leave. But old man Tetsuto Yamada, who probably can't play second anymore. Our big losses were Mitsugu Matsuda, who did okay for us. Better numbers than back in Fukuoka, but was not a full-time starter. And Seiya Suzuki, at age 36, after putting up 6.4 wins above replacement in a contract year, decided to say arrivederci, and we are going to give him his old uniform number back. There. Which is why the lineup looks the way it does right now. Let's skip ahead to the winter meetings and see what happens. Who signs where? This is going to be an interesting off-season. Like I said, I'm okay to spend a little bit of money on some left fielders. I'm also quite eager to spend some of that cash on international free agents because other people are doing that and we really haven't done that much. So Miyama heads to the Dragons. Shunichi must have liked what they saw. He's one of the early signings here in free agency. This is an interesting one. Yoshihide Kino, formerly of the Carp farm system, heading to Hanshin. I keep thinking it's time to give the Bears a different uniform look, but I'm going to wait until the 2034 season, which is NPB or Pro Baseball Centennial in Japan, and I'm going to do a uniform set for that. I'm looking forward to it. Man, Munoz is going to be so expensive in arbitration. Like, holy smokes. Alright, so Kosaka wants to get a major league deal. I will happily offer it. In fact, I will add some cash there. Igo Tomogi heads to the minor league team. Helps to have an extra captain down there. Takahisa Hayakawa draws a $1.8 million paycheck from the Giants for the next 4 years. Riku Masuda heads to the Spirit. 610 grand for 4 seasons. Kohei Arihara, old man Kohei, heads to the Tigers to try and finish out his career after a few middling seasons in Okinawa. Keeping an eye on seeing if there's going to be any trades. I know I turned free agency or trading frequency up from the last sim I did. Hey, as if on cue. So the Marines have sent Toshihide Kanai, pitcher, and Shinji Otani. Okay, that's an option. Interesting choice. To the Bears for Fumimaru Tauda and money. So Tauda was someone who was on the trading block. So he heads from the Hawks to the independent leagues, the BCL, to the Bears. So he bounced around a bit. Stayed in the Bears system, showed up in 64 games with the Bears in 2027. It was miserable. And now he's going to get a chance with the Marines to do it. See what he can do. Also looks like there was another trade going on. Eizo Kusumoto. Ooh. Big stuff arm. Going from the Bay Stars to the Golden Eagles along with Shumei Nishida. Probably a solid pitching option for Tamon Kawai. That's the kind of guy I should have been getting. Number 57 ranked prospect, so nice to see that there's actually some movement in the trading block. The Bay Stars clearly were able to get a quick replacement for Max Kepler's departure in Kawhi. As we head for the Rule 5 draft, aka active player draft. I think we only have one guy who's exposed, and that is Eigo Tomogi. Otherwise, a whole bunch of chaff out there. Some decent options like Seiya Dohi. Two-way guy in Shuto Sakurai. Looks like minor league deal on the 30th. People aren't getting this whole don't sign guys until after the free agent draft. And then there's Shoma Kobayashi here, who fragile, right-handed, ground baller. Free agent signing in July. Doesn't look like he got into any games. What does he look like as a starter? Alright, Bleh and average. So let's not bother with that. I don't think there's going to be anyone we're taking in the Rule 5 draft. I mean, we took Taijiro Yano last season, and Shungyosai Masuda stole his playing spot. Alright, I have to remember I have an international complex with Jose Rondinella in there. I actually need to go to my scouting and adjust my budgets a little bit. Down. Let's add a little bit more to international. There we go. I think at age 18 we're probably going to promote Rondinella up. Where does he play though? Outfield probably? Alright. So, Chunichi. Nope. Kenny Pinto heads to the Eagles from the Tigers. Solid option. Eigo Tomogi heads to the Swallows. I jumped the gun. Whatever. Yeah, there really isn't anyone who I'd, jump out of my socks to acquire. Hey, our old friend Kento Kabase heads to the Fighters from the Giants. Guy just can't seem to keep a job. Yeah, I'm going to skip my pick. Fighters also pick up Shuto Sakurai from the Tigers. Skip my pick. Okay, the Fighters are just picking everyone up. I may have to do this next season where I just steal all good relievers from other people's minor league orgs. And that will conclude the draft. Fighters get 3 guys, Eagles, Swallows, and Carp each 1. So, this guy, Kosaka, is the guy we've offered a deal to. I mean, yeah, fragile, but you know what? I'll take it. Seiya Suzuki wants too much money. Do we bring Justin Wilson back? Yikes! I'm not sure if I want to tie up that much money in a pitcher just yet. He could be part of a Bleep U bullpen if that curveball develops. Let's give some money to 38-year-old Yuhei Takanashi to be part of our bullpen. He made it to Houston. Now he's back. Won the Japan Series with the Giants in 2021. Went to the Spirit, became their lockdown closer. Then over to the Hawks. He's not going to play as big of a role on our team because, we've got ridiculously strong pitchers, but we also have a bunch of fragile guys like Shinohara, like Yamauchi, like Julian Fernandez, so I'm okay with some guys who are a little more durable and have shown that durability. Plus, there is no such bad thing as a bad one-year deal. After all. Alright, Yoshitaka Kosaka has joined the Buffaloes and immediately becomes one of our top prospects. Add him to the 40-man, and sure, call him up. As a reliever, he's pretty solid, but I want to get him to be a starter. So he may be among the first folks to go down to the minors. Age 22, though. Pretty solid option. And if Yamauchi ever figures out that slider, he's definitely going to be a part of a Bleed You bullpen. So we're overloaded on pitchers a little bit. Maybe we don't go after Yuhei Takanashi after all. Or do we try and add Kaita Honda as well? I'm okay with keeping it with deal with Takanashi. Honda can go to the Eagles. That's fine. Tokumoto, the big outfielder from the Carp, still on the market. He may actually be worth a one-year flyer deal. Not going to give him $8.5 million, but if he wants to join up for like a season. Man, Maru at age 41 still puttering around there. He's got the range. He's got the bat. Got the speed, but I'm not going to give him $8 million. And however, going to add him to a short list. Seiya Suzuki heads to the Bay Stars. 3 years. What? That's a little too much money. $4.5 million for the next 3 years. So a nice pay increase from what he was getting as a Buffalo. I still can't believe we swindled him into that kind of front-loaded deal. And now he's getting paid again, like he was back in Hiroshima. And now he has to face the Carp more often than... Well, we don't have Interleague anymore. Anyways. Seiya back in the Central League. Big win for the Bay Stars. They're playing like a big market team. So the Fighters got Yokoyama back after trading him to the Bears. Very clever play there. The Eagles are looking pretty good. They added Luis Barrera. $2.656 million. Bay Stars trying to paper over the cracks. Adding Masao Toyama may help the Spirit in a big way, especially if they move him to shortstop if Edgar Barrios gets injured. Big middle infield option. Rangy, strong play. And if his bat comes through, he's actually decent. I mean, it hasn't been since he's become a full-time player, but solid little contract there for the Spirit. Maybe not 1.98 million over 4 years. Good for Toyama. Tamamura, interesting. Goes to the Swallows. 1 year at 440K. I guess because he went to the States, his service clock is reset. So far, the Bay Stars, the big spenders. Atsuki Tanaichi from the Spirit to the Eagles. Yutaka Ishizuka. Torn labrum, still recovering. A minor league free agent and heads to the Eagles now. Good bullpen arm that they found on the cheap there. For 3 years though. Yokoyama, 5 years, 3.48 million. Yikes. Fighters, what are you doing? Kosuke Baba. 2 years. Brandon Shoemake heads from the Carp to the Lions. Shortstop Yudai Kawasaki from the Tigers to the Hawks. That's a familiar name, Shunta Wakamatsu. I think I had him in a previous save. Mitsugu Matsuda to the Bears. 4 years, 1.22 million. That's not a terrible contract. Lots of movement in the free agent market so far. None of the guys I'm looking to get, though, are budging. Poor Yuhi Sato. Played in the majors and then promptly towards UCL, and he's probably going to be a free agent for the rest of the season. Takanashi wants to deal with Alright, so the Bears and the Giants are in a bidding war with him. I'm okay to walk away from Yuhei. Matsui to the Bay Stars. You know what? If that curveball develops, Honda could be decent. I'm not willing to give him a commitment for 1.15 million. Lanky fellow, 6'9". No wonder his fastball developed before anything else. You know what? If we got Fujimoto leaving, actually, Yeah, let's put in the offer there for Honda. And let's withdraw the offer with Yuhei Takanashi. Like I said, quiet off season. No trade. Not even now that we're still waiting for the calendar year to flip over, but I have no interest in using my one trade for 2031 so early. Are we actually going to see anyone get drafted to the Hall of Fame this year? Alright, let's see. Any new signings? Hirosawa to the Spirit? Okay, odd. Yusuke Oyama heads home. The 36-year-old signs a 3-year, $1.56 million deal with Hanshin to return home to the Tigers. Attaboy, Big Mountain. Toru Nishino heads back to the Tigers for only $2 million. That's a hometown discount. 2.04 for 5 years. Oh wait, I'm getting my Tigers crossed up. Or my athletes crossed up. That's not the guy I was thinking of who was looking for 8 mil. Good for Toru though. He's going to be one of those lifers out in Koshien. Alright, so Honda still favoring the offer. Nice, nice. Batter side. Tokumoto still not looking to leave off his ridiculous request. Ohata has an offer on the table. That's nice. Sano still interested in having chats. But you compare Tokumoto and Sano. And Tokumoto is faster and is a better fielder. But we'd have to train him up at left. You know what? I'm going to keep an eye on both these guys. One of those two is going to be a Buffalo next season. That much I know. Hey, look, it's Yasan. Who is our backup third baseman anyway? Oh, right, Abe. Right. I always have to say it's Tomohiro Abe. No, not that one. Because there is an Abe who's playing in the league right now. Justin Wilson heads back to North America. He's going to the Cubs. Still nobody elected to the Hall of Fame. This is getting comedic. I don't think even the real election committee for the Japan Baseball Hall of Fame has been this indecisive. Alright, Kaita Honda joins the Buffalo's bullpen. So, up to the 40-man with you. Now we're sort of swimming in left field, or lefties, aren't we? Cornering the market. Okay. It's rare that I give out that kind of money to an unproven player, but he's got a chance in spring training to see if he's worth it. Tohoku's loss. Yuki Matsui to the Bay Stars, 2 years, under $1 million. Solid deal there for Yokohama. Kento Watanabe, Big Beef Boy, heads to the Fighters on a 1-year prove-it contract. That's what I gotta watch for, to see if any one of those guys actually comes down in price or is willing to do a 1-year prove-it deal. Hanshi might actually be better this coming season. That's going to be a tough team to face. I know we only have so much money available, but look at us. We're swimming in it. Looks like we're going to have another sold-out season at the Kyocera Dome. At what point do I work on actually expanding it? Okay, some names, big names off the board. Okay, this is just goofy. So Kengo Kawate. Wasn't he just in the Rule 5 draft? Did I get him crossed up with someone else? Oh, Kento Kawase. Yes, I did get him crossed up. So Taiki Ohata. Bay Stars bound. 4 years, $2.64 million. Good for him. Good for him. Takayoshi Yamamura, the Lions' former third baseman, finally bolts. He is Hanshin bound. Five years, escalating up to $5 million at the end. I'm guessing Oyama is gonna DH? What are they doing? Did they literally just sign Oyama to be a backup? Or are they gonna try putting Yamamura elsewhere on the diamond? What? Hanshin, what is you doing? I mean, Yamamura is a coup, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful to not have to see him again until the Japan series. And Hanshin definitely looks like the smart ones in terms of wins above replacement, but in order for this to work, you have to be able to actually play them all. Alright, some of my guys are starting to come down in price. So No's willing to do a 1-year deal. Tokumoto still wants 4 years. You know what? As a 1-year stopgap, let's give a 1.1 million. Always helps to have more leadership on the team, and Keita Sano is definitely that. Let's get this man a Japan Series title. I mean, it's not like we're lacking for leadership in the room. I don't know when Okuma suddenly became a captain. Was it because I flipped into shortstop? Ah, handy manny. Want to talk about smart moves? That was one of them. Right, I can look for cheap free agents now. See if there's a... That is a name. Can we just take a moment and bask in the glory that is Massimiliano Scrovegni? Holy smokes. I have never seen a name that requires that many syllables in this game. And I've seen names like Donkey Hong out of or Donkey Kong out of South Korea. I've seen Alpha McNichols out of the US, but not Massimiliano Scrovegni. Bonkers name. And then we got Mark Furry here. Jeez. Let's see if there's any guys in the independent leagues we can purchase to give our farm rating a boost. Someone like Jamie McFerrin. Independent leagues are always good for a cheap goose to the offense. Manny Serra. Okay, I will take a scouting report on you, sir. Let's see. Eric Laird probably profiles as a reliever. Do a scouting report on him. Tier League is swimming in guys, but Sal Galvin seems to be the only one. Be decent. Fighters gave up on this guy for some reason. I have to remember, my owner still wants me to goose my farm system, so I'm trying to do that while still being clever about it. Okay, that might be worth a scouting report. Ditto for Josh Troyer here. Oh my. Our next, Carlos Gomez. I like the cut of his jib. Okay, now that's a Canadian name. Joey McDougall. I love it. Alright, so I got my scout traveling around. We'll see what he comes back with. Schedule's been released for the season. We will be starting the season on the road for two series. We're going to Niigata against the Bears in a rematch of the Climax Series. Then we're visiting Hokkaido, and we're heading home to take on the Spirit in our home opener. Last game of the season at home will be against Tohoku, and we finish the season on the road. Okay. Yuhei Takanashi goes to the Bay Stars. Alright, Manny is good, but maybe too good. I'm not sure if we want to keep an eye on him. He's got the fly ball hitter profile. Let's add him on the short list. I'm not too keen on acquiring him just yet. Kamada, we are not acquiring because that movement is ay. McFerrin is sort of milquetoast. Take him, not worth it. Sell Galvin, not worth it. Laird, not worth it. Troyer might be our guy. $85 stamina too. Okay. This seems like a no-brainer. We're also going to promote Takanibu Matsuda, Tsumiyuki Tanaka, at least for now. Oh no, Ramirez is fragile? Ugh. I mean, he's no Josh Troyer. But he is ready to play at the Major League level. Zaijiro Koide is also knocking on the door at age 21. Maybe another season and Koide joins the bigs. See, this is what I mean. Like, this offseason is going to need to be big because we've got a lot of guys that we need to move around. Got to keep the farm system looking a little more trim than it is now. Yeah, it looks like we may not have needed to add any pitchers in the offseason after all, because we've got Tanaka and Matsuda both throwing out of the bullpen now. Like, if anything, Kosaka and Honda can head down to the minors. Interesting move putting Davitt in the bullpen, though. I'm not sure I agree with that. I'd much rather have Shinohara there. But it looks like coach wants to give Shinohara the starting job. See if he actually can perform at that level. So Troyer, Ramirez, Osaka gains Koide and Nakajima. That is a solid rotation down in the minors. We're going to add one more by adding Takumi Horita. Hey, we've got money. We're flush with cash at this point. I'm allowed to do this sort of stuff. Yuhei wound up, the bidding total ended at 2.32 million. Wow. That is a bidding war. And Troyer's already added some miles per hour on his arm. Stuff's gone down, but you know what? I'm okay with this. Welcome to the team, Josh. And we got Keita Sano. To be our new left fielder. Alright, who's got number 7 that can give it up for him? There we go. Now Inoue can head down to the minors. We're going to see Miura demoted as well. Is Kushikin on the Major League roster yet? Not yet, but call up. Let's bring Inoue back up at least. Backup center fielder for Yuki, who rarely, if ever, takes a day off anyway. So. Who does have number 7 in the roster? No one, so let's give Sano. Wait, is it retired? Seven's retired, okay, that's why. So I like this approach. If anything, we may actually keep Tanaka down. Tempting as it is to bring him up, I just not sure we need it just yet. And I'm doing all this while I have Motohiko Sato stuck in the minors and I forgot about him. Oops. on me. You know what? Just a one-year deal. Let's get this man a Japan Series title. Alright, we made it to spring training. How many wins do the pundits think we are going to pummel the Pacific League with this year? $98 and 42. They're expecting us to fall back a little bit. Okay. They're also expecting Oscar Munoz to repeat his success from last year. Ditto for Jitsuo. They moved Shoemake to short. Interesting move. Real arms race over in the Central League. I mean, when you're rolling out Suzuki, Mori, Ashiguchi, and now Satoshi Kikuchi, the Bay Stars have a phenomenal offense that's going to carry them. Pitching-wise, not so much. They only got Toshio Kimoto. Giants are still the pitching squad. Gotta add a nickname here. Destroyer. Love it. Alright, so everyone who is on the 40-man is going to get a call-up probably. Oops, I called up too many folks. See how that looks. we are going to be making our cuts. Wow, early start of spring training. Freaking out there. Go ahead to the 12th. Oh man. The Tigers ace just broke his UCL. He's out for the season. That's going to put a crimp in their style. All right. So Shinohara's actually hanging in there in terms of the rotation. Yoshida's having a bit of a slow start. Ditto for Keita. Whatever. All right, first cuts. First cuts. Why is this man a two-way player? He actually could do a two-way roll. Pack all your bags. Down here. We really only just have the one second baseman in Oscar Munoz. I mean, I guess we don't need any more, but... We have too many left fielders. That's the issue. So who's going to head down? Toguchi and Masuda. And Sato. He's probably going to have a role on this team once Sano's no longer around. My mistake for signing him. Oops. We are going to play ahead to the 25th. Wait, I was supposed to cut down to 3 per position. That's why we have too many folks. Right. So... Eiju still hasn't gotten playtime, so... Remote... Kasone, nope. Mata gets sent down. Sugawa down. Tanaka. Ah, got stuck in a loop. There we go. Sakamoto can't even buy himself a way into the starting lineup at this point. Right, now we'll play ahead to the 25th. Fernandez is going to be on the shelf for a little bit. I gotta see, how is Hanshin squaring the circle? Ah, they put Oyama DH to give Yamamata third. That makes more sense. So Egawa's handling himself pretty well over it, right? Sano, I expected better from him, so hopefully he can break out of his slump pretty quickly. Again, no such thing as a bad one-year deal, but that one may have been a bit of a stinker. Alright, trim down time. We got YY and YY2 up at the top there. Koide is still eligible to be a minor league guy, so we're going to send him down. Osaka, Shimamoto, Rie, Masaru, Uchi. So we signed all these lefties and then none of them made the big league club. Of course. Interesting bullpen setup this year. Alright, so between Higuchi... So that's a clear choice. Higuchi is the one who's going to be promoted. Among our first basemen, Nako is having a rough year. So, later Chum. Keep Sakamoto up. Is this finally the year Haraguchi hangs with the big club? Much as I hate to say it, I don't think Keita Sano's got it. He's on the bubble here. We may have to give that spot to Abe instead. And of these two, I think Gushiken is going to be the one who's going to cook a little bit longer in the minors. Akira Adachi may make the big club out of spring training. Between Egawa, Noguchi, yeah, Yasuo Ochi is still not doing well enough to hang with the big club. Haraguchi, not good enough yet. He goes. So we got a couple of cuts still to make on the pitching and on the batting side. Oscar Colas back to the Hawks. That's a power move right there. Who else is still on the free agent market, come to think about it? Sosuke Genda out with a torn labrum, so 38-year-old that may be the end of his career. Man, that Tomoya Mori contract is so stupid. Also, Yoshida was day-to-day. Max Kepler goes back to where his career started. He's back with the Twins. After burning down all of Yokohama, it doesn't surprise me. Colas back to the Hawks. Where did the other names I had my eye on go? Shosei Nakamura back to the Bears on another prove-it contract. What about Tokumoto? He went to the Independent League? I'm almost tempted to pick him up. But that would be gaming the game again, and I feel like I gotta live with Sano, who is losing his job. He will make the team, but he is on very, very thin ice. Ramirez looks like he's ready to get the call up. Looks like our scout was able to pick up some better readings on folks when they were up at the big club. Oh no, Julian Fernandez isn't able to throw 100 on the regular anymore. Okay. Of the final cuts, Shimazu, think it's going to be Tsuneyuki Tanaka. There's our bullpen. And on the batter's side... Yeah, I don't know what Makoto Sakamoto's still doing here. Okuma's got the middle infield spot on lock. And welcome to the big team, Akira Adachi. Our utility middle infielder. So we'll do our usual adjustments of the game strategies. We'll play opening day, maybe the home opener as well. Sim to the end of April, and I think that will wrap up our session today. Yeah, I don't have to tell me twice I have to win it all this year. Edwin Ramirez, top 10 prospect. Yes. Minor league system, second in the league now because of our foreign studs. Ramirez, Gaines, who is injured. The Destroyer, Shinohara, who is starting with the big club, and Yoshitaka Kosaka, who we picked up as a free agent during the offseason. So, stick that in your pipe and smoke it, my manager, or my owner. Alright, so predicted standings have been updated. We're still expected to run away with the Pacific League, but now they're thinking the Bears and the Marines are going to be... Ooh, that's going to be an interesting situation. It's going to be close for the third playoff spot. And Tsukasaburo Tanaka made the big club after all. Our number 33 prospect. Let's get batting ratings up, and let's do our tuning. It's nice to see that Jitsuo Onizuka has really picked up his speed since joining the club. Alright, so Tanaka is 0 to third base in 30 minutes. Munoz has the green light whenever he darn well pleases. Abe has to be really careful with when he does his activities. Ota, full green light. Guzman, full green light. Okuma, yes. I honestly adore that I have like 4 guys with 80 stealing. And then there's Yuki with 75, and Noguchi's got 82, so this team is going to be a blistering squad on the base paths. We got the new guy, Akira Adachi. Looks like he's a bunting expert, or at least sack bunt expert. Yuke is still going to do Yuke things. We got Takechi Egawa, who is just okay on the base paths, and Noguchi, who is going to be flying like the wind. Alright, personnel. There's all my, all the guys that Nakajima hired. Solid cast. Looks like they all work pretty well together. So we're going to actually play a game. We're at Niigata to take on the Bears in a rematch. Brisk day here in Niigata. Let's get a baseball season underway. 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh. Ooh, why are we playing baseball in this? Every fly ball is just going to die. All the fielders are going to have numb fingertips. Pitchers too. So there's Manny Guzman at second. And he's been pitched out. Doesn't matter, he still steals. Full count to Munoz.
Strike 3.
Strike 3, swinging on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Strike 3.
Onizuka down on a circle change. YY gives up a leadoff single to Shoji Tamura to start off the game. And it's former Buffalo, briefly, Mitsugu Matsuda up at the dish with a man on first. The 1-2, Matsuda strikes out swinging. The 0-2 to Tsugo,
Strike 3.
Called strike 3, cutter on the outside half. 2-2 to Endo.
Strike 3.
Strikes out the side after a leadoff single. All in a day's work. Yoshida rolls this one on the ground. 6-3 put out. Ota will take a 1-out walk. Interesting, they put Tsutsugo out in left because of adding Matsuda to play first. New Buffalo Keita Sano grounds into a 4-6-3 double play. Kota Inoue grounded into the shift. Bring up Akira Neo, the second baseman. And he's down on strikes. Here's Higuchi, the 2-1. Down the right field line and into the corner. It's a weird-looking corner. Egawa up throwing, but Higuchi with a 2-out double. That will bring up former Buffalo Shosei Nakamura, the catcher. Lined into left field, base hit in front of Sano. Higuchi will score. It's 1-0 Bears. Fly ball, that's going to go all the way into the gap. Sawano is going to get extra bases. Nakamura is going to chug home. It's 2-0 Bears. Yamamoto's just not able to get that third out or that third strike. It's 3-0 Bears now. And finally, Matsuda grounds out. Well, we need to get at least one to win anyway. Egawa takes a 4-pitch walk. That'll bring up Umino, the catcher. Caught looking on a forkball. Another walk from Kenichi Sato. That's his 4th. Manny Guzman will ground into a double play. Tsutsugo works a leadoff walk here. Play depth, deep. Let's pitch around Endo a little bit. Fly ball behind first base. Onizuka is able to get there in time. The 0-1 to Kota. Hard hit on the ground past Ota. Sano has to scramble for it. It's a double for Kota Inoue, and we're scrabbling a bit here. YY's just not able to get it done. Hard hit deep to right field. That one will hang up there. Akira Neo, his first home run of the season. The Bears hold a 6-0 lead. We are going to just sim the rest of this inning. Alright, they got another one. What's eating YY? Must be too cold out. The Buffs are getting no hit at the moment. We are going to sim the entire game. Final score 12-4 Bears. Shoji Tamura 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Kota, Inoue, Akira Neo, and Ryunosuke Higuchi all getting dingers. Yamamoto, really, really rough outing to start the season. So we head to the 11th. And we'll play the home opener through. Shimamine out for 2 weeks with an elbow strain, so we are going to send him down. That will mean Shimazu is going to come back up, and we're going to move David into the rotation. We did get the win, though, so let's see if we can make sure we get the series win, too. Yoshida, abdominal strain. We'll just let him rest. That means that we'll probably see Onizuka to first, or to DH and Tanaka to first. Well, it was ugly, but we got the series win. That's what counts. Manny Guzman, 5 hits. Single, single, single. RBI single, 2-run single. Remember, we're on milestone watch here, too. Masataka Yoshida is 5 dingers away from 300. Ryo Ota is 8 away from 200. Keita Sano, 5 away from 200. Did not know that when I signed him. YY is only a few starts away from 2,000 Ks. Ah yes, just like everyone expected, Takashi Umino batting .556 to start the season. Tamo Fujimoto, torn UCL, out for season. And he's a pending free agent too, so bye Felicia. That's gonna give Yamauchi a call up into the bullpen. Looks like YY rebounded from his previous start by throwing 6 shutout innings. QG, of course QG's gonna throw a few punch-outs. Alright, Carlos Gomez on the bump. After we swept the Fighters at their place, they only scored 4 runs. So everything's running like basically as we'd expect. This is going to be the last game of the session that we will play through. We'll have to figure out how many more games we're going to sim the rest of the way. Alright, looks like a maintenance day for Keita Sano. Tomohiro Abe is going to move into play left. Let's get underway. So here's Toyama, their second baseman to lead off the game. And he's going to ground this one past Munoz. It's a leadoff single. 111 miles an hour off the bat. Oof. We're going to go weak shift left on Tarakuni Nakagawa, the left fielder. Deep in that outfield. Fly ball, that's going to fall in front of Egawa. Runners at first and second. And it's Nozumo Inoue now. 3-1 to him. On the ground, Ota's going to go around the horn. Yeah! 5-4-3 double play. Two-1 to Okamoto. On the ground, Munoz puts it away. Dancing between the raindrops.
Strike 3.
Shinjiro Okuma, one of the Spirit Aces. Fantastic pitcher, but not much stamina, so we might be able to tire him out. And off running Guzman. He's going to be a beast out there. Munoz goes the other way. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Guzman coming around to score. Munoz, a standing double on a screaming line drive. Buffaloes have the lead. 1-0. Onizuka pops this one up center field. Inoue is there. Tagging and safe is Munoz to third. That will bring up Ryo Ota.
Strike 3.
Having a rough start to the season. But the Buffs are in flight. Sorry, that's the Blue Jays term. The Buffaloes are off and running. There, that's more like it. Guzman gets in front of that one. Drew Lugbauer. We're going to dance around him a bit. Avoid Ks of 30. There you go. That will bring up Scott Manea. Could cause some issues if he actually gets a pitch in his wheelhouse, so we're just not going to give him that. Well, it looks like he still managed to get a hard scrabble single up the middle. That'll bring up the speedster, Keiichi Takayama. Let's try and get something on the ground here. Off the end of the bat, booted by Ota. Everyone's safe. Ugh. Ota not really endearing himself to the Buffaloes faithful right now. Yuki chases this one down in center field. No harm, no foul. There's the rookie Egawa down swinging. 3 Ks right now for Shinjiro. Abe will take a 2-out walk. That will bring up the catcher, Shungyosai Masuda. Rips this one into left field, but playable. And Nakagawa was able to put it away. Hard hit, but right at Yuki Sato. That'll bring up Nakagawa again. Hard hit over the head of Guzman. 1-out single. That will bring up Inoue again. Through the left side, base hit. That brings up Okamoto. Spirit are threatening here. We're going to have a quick chat with Gomez. Calm him down. The 1-0 to Nakata. Hard hit drive, but playable. Egawa backing up, and he's got a cannon of an arm.
Yeah!
Gunned down at home. What an outfield throw from Egawa to keep the Spirit off the board. Absolute hose. There's that 80 arm. That's what we were looking for. Who needs Seiya Suzuki? Yuki has been plunked. And he is off and running. No throw from Manea. And Guzman. And that's going to pop out of the second baseman's mitt. Infield hit 100 miles an hour. That'll bring up Munoz. Guzman's going to go for stolen base number 2. No throw. Runners at first and second now for Oscar. Fly ball, center field, deep enough. Inoue backing up on it. Yuki Sato is going to come home, and he is safe. And Guzman will tag up to third. Onizuka gets under this one. Fly ball left side. Nakagawa's there. Not deep enough to score Guzman.
Strike 3.
Ota swings and misses on a full count. It's 2-0 Buffaloes. That will bring up Lug. Lugbauer, the backup catcher and first baseman. Hard hit through the shift. Wasn't a hard one. Brings up Manea. He is a pull hitter, so let's go shift left. Double play depth. Let's pitch to contact here and hope we get a ground ball. Ball's going to get away from Masuda. And that will move Lugbauer to left. Or to second base. Line drive right to Munoz. One away.
Strike 3.
Takayama, the right fielder, down on strikes. Good pitch there by Gomez. I'll bring up former Buffalo last season, Kenji Nishimaki, who is taking over at second today. Fly ball, that's going to fall in front of Egawa. Does he have another cannon throw in him? Not this time. It's 2-1 Buffaloes. The Spirit have drawn a little bit closer. Full count to Toyama. Inside ball 4, so Spirit are threatening here. The 2-1 to Nakagawa. Fly ball, left center field. Yuki closes the gap and makes the play. Masataka Yoshida deep to the deepest part of the park, but playable. Nozumo Inoue is there. Egawa, little looper. That's going to fall. Nope. Inoue is able to track that one down too. Abe is going to get one in front of Inoue for a 2-out single. Gomez is at 74 pitches. It's going to be close. Oh, Manea can't corral that one. Abe to second. Shungyosai Masuda inside outs this one into the right field corner, but Takayama is there. So we are going to have to be very cautious. Actually, you know what? Matsuda's going to come in and he's going to fire bullets. Off the end of the bat, Charging in is Abe. One down. We're going to see if we can get a couple innings out of Takanibu Matsuda here.
Strike 3.
Gomez ran into trouble and couldn't piece it together, so it might be a bit of a bullpen game for the rest of the go. We'll see. The 0-2 to Nakata. That fastball's looking good. 95 miles an hour to put him away. So we'll see Matsuda for a second inning, and then we'll probably get the Bleep U bullpen, or what's left of it, up and running. That would be Fernandez, maybe Ishikawa if we run to a bunch of lefties, and Higashi. Yuki rolls this one to the second baseman, Nishimaki, who makes the play. Guzman down to the first baseman. 3-1 putout. Nakata with a good play. Munoz takes a walk. I'll bring up Jitsuo Onizuka, the first baseman. Inside outs this one, base hit into left field. Runners at first and second now for Ota. 0-2 hole, and he's struck out 3 times this game. I have to figure out what's wrong with my third baseman. All right, let's get Julian warmed up. May have to go a little bit out of order here to try and keep this one close. Lugbauer, 3-0. Low ball 4. I'll bring up Scott Manea. Full count. Inside ball 4. Matsuda starting to lose the plot a little bit. That is not what I wanted to pick. The 1-2 to Takayama. There we go. This will probably be the last batter for Matsuda. 3-1 to Nishimaki. On the ground, 4-6-3 double play. Matsuda dancing between the raindrops. Fernandez will get the 7th.
Strike 3.
That will end Shinjiro Okuma's day. Good effort, just bad luck with the base hits. Hard hit into the gap. That's going to fall in. Takechi Egawa. 1-out double.
Strike 3.
Abe down on strikes.
Strike 3.
Yosai Masuda down on strikes. So the double doesn't do anything. I will bring in the man they call Billet, Julian Fernandez. That drops in front of Abe. 1-out single for Toyama. We got to be thinking about some substitutions if things get worse. Let's pitch to contact here and get something on the ground. Fly ball left side. Abe is not going to get there in time. Runners at first and second, and it's Inoue now. Spirit continuing to threaten here. 2-0 to Inoue. High fly ball, right side. Egawa. Makes it look easy, 1 down. Okamoto. Ball's going to get away from Masuda. Second time that's happened. And with already two balls on him, pitch around, fly ball center field. Yuki is there. Here's the throw home. It is
Out.
in time! Yuki Sato with the second outfield assist at home of the day for the Buffaloes. Fantastic effort from the center fielder. Manny, my man, why are you swinging at that? Munoz rolls this one on the ground to Nishimaki. 1-2-3, go the Buffaloes. Does Nakata get nerfed against lefties? No. So we've got Ishikawa up if Fernandez runs into trouble. 2-0 to Nakata. High fly ball, center field. Yuki, one down. That will bring up Lugbauer. Also popped up and into center field. 2 away. Manea pops this one up into foul territory. Onizuka is there. So we are going to sit down Ishikawa. We're going to get Kaoru Higashi, our closer, up. Onizuka drives this one to right, but hangs up there long enough for Takayama to make the play. Ota, man, gotta do something here. Fourth strikeout of the game for Ota. What's eating our third baseman? New pitcher in for the Spirit, Yuito Nakata. Yoshida drives this one high and deep to left. That's going to fall on the warning track. Old Man Macho, 2-out double. And we are going to bring in a pinch runner in this case. Adachi? No, we're going to go with Noguchi. Noguchi's plenty fast. The chance to come home and score. Called strike 3 on Egawa. So much for that idea. So we're going to do some defensive subs. Coming in and replacing Jeets will be Tsukisaburo Tanaka. All right, Kaoru Higashi, the closer, here on the top of the ninth. Blows 3 strikes past Takayama. 1 away. Bring up Nishimaki now. The 2-2. Hard hit ball. Tanaka fields it. Nicely played by the rookie first baseman. That will bring in Toyama. The 0-1. Popped up foul territory. Tanaka makes the play. Buffaloes hang on to win 2-1 in a game that, quite honestly, we didn't have business with. Four double plays, including 2 outfield assists, Egawa and Sato each. Takanibu Matsuda picking up the win in relief. So let's go to the end of the month and let's see where this squad lands up. Alright, Yonamine still needs some time to rest up. Late comeback, but makes it work. There we go, Ota with a couple of knocks. It'd be nice if we could actually get some offense going. There we go, 8-1. Yamauchi now injured, so that means we're going to see Kaita Honda join the bullpen. We're hanging in there. The Spirit are suddenly good. Ota's starting to heat up again. Sano's actually figured it out. Good to see. Higashi's looking a little worse for wear. Blown save and a loss against the Lions. Clanahan with a walk-off dinger. But that's also Kaoru Higashi. We know that's how he works. Oscar Felipe Munoz. Good cohesion. Love to see it. Love to see it. Davitt's done well in his return to the rotation. Back with Yonamine. Or he's going to take a couple of starts on a rehab stint. And the Spirit have caught up with us. Gawa out for 3 months. That's going to force our hand a little bit. Who are we going to call up? Is it going to be Ochi? I think it's going to be Yasuo Ochi who comes up to fill in. To be a backup. I don't think we're gonna let Noguchi rest against righties anymore. He's got to be in the lineup with Egawa out. And I think that will end our session today. We went a little over, but that's okay. The Spirit cannot be sustainably this good. And even if they are, I honestly wouldn't mind finishing second or third, because that means more trades next season. Just wait till everyone else starts firing on all cylinders. Just wait until Yonamine rejoins the rotation. I'm going to have to read up on these later. Murakami, fracture knee, ouch. I'm not giving Yoshida multiple years at age 37. Shinohara, Rookie of the Month. So I think Mizuki is finally going to be sticking with the big club. Oh, and we clobbered the Bears. Shinnosuke Sato doing Shinnosuke Sato's things. So that will about do it. Be sure to follow so you get notified when I'm streaming next, which will probably be Saturday. And I'll list this during my outro. Be sure to keep an eye on me in Perfect Team. Looks like my mainline squad is going to be headed to the Gold playoffs. I'm not sure where the all Bobs and Canadian plus Japanese theme teams are, but you'll be able to keep an eye on them. I'm going to have my banners up in the outro. So until next time, I will see you in Perfect Team, and I will catch you on the flip side. Firage, take us out.